Another day. And again, no visitor. I wonder if they're doing this in an attempt to break me, to see what happens when routine is sloughed off, like it doesn't mean a thing. Maybe. Or maybe they got to them. There's no real way of knowing in here. And so, I'm left to my own devices, left to sit here and stew inside of my own head. Maybe they think I'll drive myself insane. They say that a human can't last in isolation for over 3 days with nothing but themselves. No toys, no books, nothing to play with, no people to talk to, no human interaction. Well, they can last, but the person that went in isn't necessarily going to be the same person that comes out. So I can understand that fear of isolation, although I guess there's a little more to it for me. Long periods of isolation means, well, that I don't get to draw my energy from someone else. And though I may not be human, my vessel certainly is. And even after so many years, so many years, it's very hard to control that human response that comes naturally. Oh, I've gone into my own type of isolation, I've isolated myself, but when you're locked away with no hope of escaping, no hope of freedom, when you don't know when the next time is that you might see someone, hear someone, feel someone, when these are all uncertainties, time moves in a different way, it feels a different way. When you know that you are completely and utterly alone, and that you may remain that way forever. Well, kind of reminds me of a story, actually. One that I'd read not too long before my own little bit of isolation. I suppose I could recount it to myself. Keep myself preoccupied while I wait. Perhaps I'll write it down. That way I'll have something for the person they send in next, whether it's the same individual as usual or someone new. That would be sad, though. I've grown accustomed to them and their presence and their loyalty. I can only hope that they stay true to their word and haven't divulged my secrets. It's a scary thing to trust someone. I wonder which is worse. If you only had 2 options, to trust someone you don't know, or to be alone forever. But I digress. Let's get to that story. Close my eyes. Imagine fire burning brightly. Feel the warmth of the flames as it moves over me and envelops me into its own warm embrace. And try not to count the minutes, the seconds, and the hours, and the days. That story. It's Saturday morning, the weekend after Halloween, and finally November. I wake up to the warmth of sunlight on my face, filtering in through a pair of large windows that face the busy street. My heart beats a little harder, a little faster. A smile curves my lips and I rise to open the curtains, letting the sunshine in, feeling the welcoming heat against my body despite the chill of fall. My smile grows as my lids lift and I take in the scene below, only to find nothingness. Oh, sure, the buildings are there and they're all the same. The pedestrian signs at the intersection are blinking. Mechanical tweeting sounds to warn people the light is about to change. The gentle wind picks up an abandoned newspaper and tosses it around, making it dance like a marionette with unseen strings, whistling through an unseen fault in the frame. I furrow my brows. There must be a charity race or some construction, I think to myself as I throw on a coat and walk towards the door, mumbling. Strange. I make my way to the elevator. Going down, nous descendons. Her voice is as clear as day, and at this hour I'd have expected the elevator to be jam-packed. But it's not. The descent is speedy, and in no time, I've reached street level. With a quickening stride, I reach, move through, and step out from the heavy revolving doors, shielding my eyes with a raised hand, as my gaze flits from one thing to the next, to the next. The neon signs flash gaily, stating in bright vermilion that the stores are open for business. But not even the elderly curmudgeon of a convenience shop owner across the street can be seen. And everything is so eerily silent. My heart races, beating fervently against my ribs, overwhelmed by that unmistakable feeling of being utterly and completely left behind. The thunderous beating fills my breast with a bit of anxiety. And then I hear it. Just barely. So soft it could have been imagined. Laughter. A girlish giggle passing me by with a chilled wind sending shivers up and down the length of my spine, stopping me dead in my tracks. Hello? My voice is strained, tight, dripping with fear. Hello? I try a little louder, asserting myself. Where the fuck is everyone? Everything inside of me screams to go back inside, find comfort in my bed, turn on the radio, the TV, my computer, anything, and see what on earth has happened. It is obvious that my street has been completely abandoned, and as I pass other streets, intersections, lights turning from amber to green as though life hasn't stopped, I note that mine isn't the only one void of any human presence. The whole neighborhood is lifeless. Save me, that single newspaper, and the giggling phantom that passes me by in a glimmering of air, shifting. Perhaps I've just imagined it. The mind is a devious little thing that always chooses the worst of times to play its tricks. I draw my jacket around me, pulling it tight, seeking solace, but it doesn't help. It doesn't stave off that cold, it doesn't warm me. There was no construction. No bikes flew by, no runners, no SWAT cars or sirens, no lifeless bundles of clothes where people used to be. Where am I? I whisper the words, more to myself than anything else, not expecting any form of answer. But I get one anyway.
It's not where you are. It's what you aren't.
I spin around towards the voice, but I see nothing. I shudder, frightened. I almost don't want to ask. I know that I should. Maybe I shouldn't. But there's that growing weight in my belly that leaves a sour taste in my mouth. Something tells me I'm not going to like the answer. And what am I not? My voice trembles, and that giggle, that same chilling, childlike giggle, shudders through the air.